but it is reassuring to see that the mullet never changes. And Canada kick off into the arms of the Madagascans. Confident, working the ball around their 22 and bringing in the attacking threats of Randria Malala. Nice little bit of play, and Randria Malala is onto this. Uses the footwork. Oh, it's glorious control, but he spills at the line at his mercy. It was almost a dream start for Madagascar, and Jean-Yves Randria Malala. But the opportunity spurned. Radu Randrian Alisoa was in there too. Couple of tries against Japan in Cape Town. In a famous win. That was the one that sent the message to the rest of the competition that Madagascar, by no means here to make up the numbers.
I want you to be steady. Don't push before.
So Canada,
if she's steady, you have to
they are
okay?
top of the tree alongside Germany. Locked on 34 points at the top. But like Germany, yet to win a tournament. So I'm sure they wouldn't mind a Krakow crown here in Poland. Nice play from Isherwood, who brings himself back into the equation. And the hands release the feet of Jamie Armstrong, one of the new Canadian Sevens players from Sittsville, Ontario. But it is Isherwood looking to sit down. Madagascans keeping the pistons pumping, and flows to the line like his long locks. And Thomas Isherwood back on our screens, back scoring tries, and Canada with the first points of the match. Rhys James from Aldergrove, BC, with the bump, and then Isherwood. Thought he'd been stopped once, then a second time, and even a third. But once he saw the pain, he had eyes for just one prize. Nice kickoff receipt from Madagascar off the top. You don't see that often, but it means that they can get the hands free and out to the edges and to their danger men. Off go Madagascar and Jean-Yves Randria Malala. Randria Malala strikes from 80 meters, and Madagascar respond in a flash. Well, he's the most experienced in the group, celebrating a decade since making his debut. Him and his brother, Mikhail, have given so much to the jersey, and here he gives us a break to savour. Checking his wing mirrors, no one close. Canada caught slightly unaware as Alex Russell chases back to get under the ball in his own 22. Been working with the performance specialist Ian Taplin back in the UK, sharpening his tools, and Canada are looking pretty sharp out on the edges. Russell straightens, backdoor. Oh, it's loose, and it's in to the grip of the deadliest Madagascan on the field. Jean-Yves Randria Malala at the double. Well, he's making it look easy. Madagascar's number 12. Pouncing on the loose ball. And this should be light work for Mikhail Lako Tomalala. was an ambitious offload. And Randria Malala read it like a book. Oh, the kickoff. Close to being perfect, but instead landing on the touchline. So, nice start of play for Canada. A couple of minutes on the clock, trailing 12 points to 7. Quite the turnaround in fortunes, this. They met in Cape Town on the first weekend. Canada victorious, 38 points to 0. Isherwood on the wraparound play. Russell. Rangy out wide. It's a good carry from Armstrong, challenging the shoulders of the Madagascans. Isherwood, such balance, such strength. The ball not quite sticking. Russell swings the left peg. And Madagascar are back on the ball. And Madagascar selling dummies that the Canadians are buying lock, stock and barrel. Jumbling around in the hands of Ranai Vorarisson. But eventually, play comes to a halt, and there's a sense that Canada are forcing it a little. Wonderful story. Madagascar being in the Challenger, achieving top 8, booking this additional weekend with the cream of the Challenger crop. And now Brendan Black, the Guelph University product, steps in at first receiver. He sparks the play, but Madagascan hands are once again intercepting, and they don't want to let this man free. He's made them pay twice. Jinking around from Randriania Lissoa. Boot to ball, no one at home. Tolon Janahari in pursuit, but now it opens up for Canada. Bouncing footwork, offload round the shoulder. Armstrong's on hand. Canada really having to toil here. Russell with the telescopic claw, reels it in. Isherwood will do the rest. Takes his foot off the pedal and wears a bit of contact en route to the paint. But he matches the exploits of Randria Malala and bags himself a brace in the first half.
Tough time, right?
He's vastly experienced, Isherwood. 20 World Series events, been to a Rugby World Cup. Part of the bronze medal winning team at the Pan American Games in Santiago a couple of years back, but he can't add the extras. And as we head into the half-time huddles, we're a dozen apiece to lead for much of that first half. Have the ball in the hands of Mikael Rako Toto Malala. And he sends it into the Canadian 22 and says to Jamie Armstrong and co, run it back. 6 up and a sweeper just drifting at the back. Alex Russell wants the switch, but it doesn't get offered until late by Morgan DiNardo. He zips it wide. Fractures forming in the Madagascan defence, but all of a sudden, the door slams shut. Isherwood, DiNardo. Now to Brendan Black. Brendan Black finding Russell, who puts boot to ball, foot to floor, but he won't win the race. The dead ball line will beat them all. I think that Randria Malala had his number regardless.
Mark is here, guys. Let's go.
Here's Rako to Malala.
9.
Shortest member of the Madagascan team. 165 centimetres, about 5'1" in old money. Against the head. Surely Canada make Madagascar pay now. On the arc goes Brendan Black. He receives it back, and still Canada not to the line. But they can't keep the Canadians at bay any longer. Morgan Dinardo, the Toronto man, arrows his way across. And Canada take the lead. Brendan Black saw his opportunity, went arcing through the hole, dished it to Dinardo, and Dinardo did well. Look at the fight to scrabble to his feet and be first to that quick ball. The Madagascan defence in a degree of disarray. Oh, they almost, well, they do have their pockets picked in the skies.
Yeah, second white. 14. 13. 13 off.
Elias Hannock,
White scrum.
number 64,
yeah.
climbing highest. I mean, that is some leap, isn't it?
Time back on.
Harry Lala, Ranai Voarisson
Bind.
was suspended on the hoist, but still Hancock found a way to pip into the punch. Madagascar, first real possession of meaning in this second half. And no surprises to which edge they're trying to get it to. Randria Malala, they want to release, but the dummy switch is enough. Then the kick inside. This is magnificent from Madagascar. Canadians reeling
Knock on red.
and knocking forward. The vision to see that kick inside from Herilala Ranai Voarisson.
5 and 23 off.
Remarkable play on the angle.
9. 9. Wait for
And it was almost perfect for Tolonjana Harry, who scored a try in that Rugby Africa Sevens final against Uganda, the one that they went down 12-31 in. That was a marquee moment in Madagascar Sevens. And they've got a prime bit of attacking real estate here. Big, juicy blindside to work with. The fast feet of Ranai Voarisson. Offload out of the tackle. Looked like it had squeezed forward.
Scrum.
And the referee agrees.
Let's go. Scrum.
Alarm bells for the Canadians here, who survived the last chance. Twickenham Saloon back in 2023 when the relegation playoff system was first introduced. They didn't survive 2024. They and Samoa, the high-profile casualties from Madrid. Jamie Armstrong, been prominent all game. Very industrious, but he's forced to hold on. Randria Malala gets off on his bike, has to turn around and get to bail out from his mates. Raja Riarison clobbered in the midfield, ball squirts free, it's still there for Madagascar. Oh, Randria Malala, like an arrow, just about held. Shovels the ball clear. It's here for Rakoto Malala. Rakoto Malala, offload into the grip to Jean-Marc Reo Linarina. The big prop from Befa Latana. Across and home for an equalising score with less than 2 minutes on the clock. A huge kick in the context of not just this match, but the top four. Canada survive by a lick of paint almost. Skids past the right, upright. But there's so much danger from the Madagascans in all of their attacking deeds. Wonderful offload game, instinctive support lines, and now they've got Canada hemmed back in their 22. Oh, just a touch of over-exuberance in the contact, and Canada will look to break right. Armstrong just rips one off the left hand, and now Hancock puts foot to floor. Big Elias Hannock, the ultimate Hancock. Too much of a hand for Hancock. Bullies his way across the line. He had no right to score, but Canada's big 64 delivers when the heat is on late in the day in this thriller against Madagascar. Oh, and it's a peach of a conversion from Ethan Turner too. 7 points the difference. There's the big don't argue, comes back for more, says, actually, I'm going to back out, I'll leave it to you.
Time is off.
And literally piggybacking Madagascan defenders across the line. And now, the best that Madagascar can hope for is to level the match. If that happens, we go to golden point. We love a bit of golden point in World Rugby Sevens, and Madagascar will have more than a bit of hope. They've been deadly with the ball in hand, the feet foxing in the midfield and dragged down just as they break into the Canadian half. Rio Linera dishes the ball. This is the danger man. Landria Malala, 2 tries in the first half. They kept him pretty quiet so far, but he's back on the ball. Literally dragged by his jersey. Canada living by their wits. Ranai Voarisson. Ranai Voarisson chips the ball inside. It is a glorious offload, sensational support. And Randrianelisoa cruises home for a score that sets up an equalising conversion with the clock in the red and the prospect of golden point. Tolonjana Harry made the burst down the left, drifted the ball into the path of Randrianelisoa. And the man who's been in the tries all season gets maybe Madagascar's most famous one, a conversion to level the match and go to golden point. Nervelessly slotted by the man who scored the try. We're going to extra time. Well, who would have called that? Madagascar, 3rd overall in the Rugby Africa Sevens in 2024. Their first time on the Challenger up against the mighty Canada. And they've not just taken them to golden point, but they've been great value for it. Canada are no strangers to a nerve shredder, though. 2023, when they survived that last chance Twickenham Saloon, they defeated Kenya 12-7 when the pressure was on. You go to the Monaco Olympic repechage competition. Chile took them all the way, and they triumphed again in dramatic golden point circumstances. The stakes aren't quite so high here today. There's still 2 matches to go in this pool. But this would be a famous day for Madagascar if they can go one better. Golden point, any point. Doesn't have to be a try. even be a penalty. We saw Kenya do it famously in Singapore many years ago. That took them to a final that they then went on to win. The young children of Krakow, who've been brought in here on a school day, are getting plenty of value for money. High drama at the Henrik Raymonds Municipal Stadium. Golden point extra time, Canada just about keeping in play, but the ball jumbling around and in Madagascar hands. Oh, but the moment the adrenaline rushes into the fingertips in Yvonne Rajari Harrison just spills forward. Oh, well, his sporting idol is Usain Bolt.
Okay, guys, steady.
And I think that his mind was already at the finish line.
Bind.
Before he'd executed job number one, which is keep that ball safe in the palm of your hand. Canada break and they travel from the base. It's a good little burst from Ethan Thunder. Comes from Douglas on the Isle of Man. The appetite of the Madagascar defence is insatiable. They've only got 6 in the line because there's an injury to Ranai Voaradison. Oh, wondrous feet, so elusive. Canada breaking into the Madagascar backfield, but a heroic tackle, chasing back. Lungs are bursting, lactic is filling. It's a thunderous carry from Carl Tremblay. Canada, surely they can't miss. Hancock, the big man, goes airborne and gets the job done for Canada. But all credit to Madagascar. They've delighted us here in Krakow. They've taken the challenger leaders to the well. But Elias Hannock and co have come up trumps.